Good afternoon, Canvas Real Estate Miami Lakes team. This is yours truly, Coach Joel. Again, we're here on a Friday afternoon, today being June 2nd. And it's the first Friday of the month. And today is the part 5 and the last segment that I will be doing, as I have been sharing over the past couple weeks, regarding the topic and the subject of the difference between a top producing agent and an average agent. And today's subject is going to be about systems. So I will share that every business that is out there, and let me backtrack. Not every business, but the most successful businesses in the industry, in any industry, it doesn't matter what it is, has a system. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of examples of systems. All right. Now, McDonald's, when you go to a McDonald's, whether here in Miami, whether in New York, whether in California, whether in China, Hong Kong, Paris, or wherever you go, the system is the same. The system, when you go in, you have the menu on the top, you have the counter, you have the employees, and everything is a system. Now, in the back of the counter, there's the system of the preparation of the food, the serving of the food, everything has a system. Okay, that's just a McDonald's. Now I'm going to share with you the part of UPS. UPS has a system. They got their brown trucks. They have their drivers. Their drivers are all dressed in brown. If you ever see a UPS driver, when they're having lunch, they're all drenched and they're having lunch, and it's a race, because they have hundreds of packages that they have to deliver before they load their truck. They have a system that they load their trucks. Everything is computerized, systemized. That's a system. Let's talk about something that all of you have experienced. Going in, and this is something that you could relate to, Jose, the medical industry. Okay, when you go to a doctor's office, you got the receptionist. You go in, the receptionist gives you a clipboard. If it's the first time you're visiting there, they give you a clipboard for you to fill out your information, for you to fill out everything. They ask you for your insurance card. They ask you for your ID. They take it in. They input it in their computer. Then within a reasonable time, 50 minutes, half an hour, depending on what doctor you go to, the receptionist or the nurse that's dressed in her attire for the medical industry tells you, come on in. They tell you, this is the office that we're going to be in. They put the clipboard on the door, but in the meantime, they take you to the back and they weigh you. And they weigh you, they take your blood pressure. That's a system. The doctor comes in and he's there with you 10-15 minutes, but everything has already been done. That's a system. Okay, so that's the importance of systems, that every business, every successful business has a system. Now I lost myself here. Give me a second. I don't even know where I'm at. All right, bear with me. I'm trying to share a document. All right. So, are you seeing where am I here? Give me a minute, my people. Sharing your screen, and I don't want to share your screen. Let's see here. What am I doing here? Okay. All right. So here on the screen, the difference between the top producing agents and average agents. So again, I'm talking about systems. Now, in your real estate business, you need to have systems. You need to have a system of your time management. That's having a system. Your habits, you need to have certain habits. You create your systems. The accountability is based on systems. Okay, everything I do is based on systems. Some of the things that we're doing, I'm doing it purposely because there's a system. Could you hand me one of those cards, the first time homebuyer seminars card? Okay, this has been designed with a system in mind. Why? Look at the back. You could mail this out. You could attach your business card here. You could write the address here. Okay, that's a system. Okay, our farmers market, for those that have been participating in the farmers market, you have seen the system as it has evolved, how we have prepared the system. Okay, now there's systems that you have, tools that we could call tools to help you in your business. And then there's the systems that you actually use. So your MLS is a system. Our tech is a system. That's your CRM. Those are your systems. Okay, your electronic systems, your ways of communication, your cell phone. That's a system. It's a tool, but it's also part of your system. Okay. Now, within that system, you need to have something and a tool, which is to track your lead generation. Okay. I've shared with some of those that are here, a tracking system. Let me see if I could bring it up. And I'm going to bring the favorite one up that I shared with you, Jency. I have it here, the Daily 5 to Thrive. Where is it? Daily 5 to Thrive. And it. Let me see. Circles. No, I thought I had it. Okay. All right. So I'm not gonna share one other one that I found the other day. I haven't branded it yet. All right. But here's a system and a tool. Am I sharing it? Not yet, I think. Okay. So here's a tool of weekly tracking numbers. When you are part of the productivity coaching program, and if your model is lead generation, then it's important for you to track your numbers. Now, what are you tracking? Tracking days worked, lead generation, hours prospected, contacts made, contacts added to the CRM, listing appointments, buyer presentation, notes sent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What's going to happen? You're working on this week, but as you go along, 2, 3, 4 months down the road, program to the date, the number is going to be incrementing. Now, when you look back at the end of the third quarter, if your model is the lead generation model, depending on your activity, if you're tracking your activity, and depending on what you have done, your business should reflect your tracking form. So that's a system. It's a tracking form. You need to track your activity. Okay. So that's one other system and a tool. So now I'm going to share another tool here, which is, and this one is a game changer, in my opinion, if you're able to buy into it, which is called the GPS. The GPS is a goal setting mechanism or tool And I apologize for not having these documents up, but at the beginning of the training, I was having logistical problems getting my computer up and going. And that's why I don't have these documents loaded. But just bear with me, a little bit of grace. And I promise that we'll be done by 2 o'clock. Now, this here is another system and a tool. Now, this one is to be used for setting your goals. You could do it 2 ways. You could use it to set your goals for the year or to set your goals on a quarterly basis. So most businesses operate in quarters. So you got the first quarter, second quarter, third, and fourth quarter. Okay. Now, this one is for you to set goals for the next quarter, 90 days plus out. If you're starting today or this week or in June, you have a little bit of bonus. You have a couple extra weeks, okay? But what is this for? This is so you could look at your goals and goals that you want to accomplish, and you put a priority 1, and then 5 strategies to accomplish your goal. Priority 2, 5 strategies to accomplish that second goal. Priority number 3, 5 strategies to accomplish that goal. Now, you could do this for any area of your life. This is for your business and / personal, because I believe that if you're successful personally, then your business is going to thrive. If you're succeeding in your business, then you're going to succeed personally. But this is another tool of having your goals and looking at them, working at them in 90-day increments, quarterly increments, in order to move the ball forward. Okay? So this is another tool. Now, I'm going to share one other one, which is complementary, which will be a little bit complementary to the lead generation model. And this one is called the DT-D2 strategy. Now, I've been sharing with all the agents, and again, this is provided that you buy in to the lead generating model. That means you're prospecting on a regular basis and you're building your database. Okay. Now, this one is easy to follow. You have the first quarter here. As all of you know, there's 13 weeks in every quarter. Okay. So you have the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. If you have a planner like myself, okay, my planner says on the upper right-hand corner, week 22. So if I am doing this, I'm going to go to week 22, and on my database, I am contacting all my S's and all my U's. That's my first priority and my first goal on a weekly basis on Monday. I go through my database, I call them, because again, the goal is that you reach out to your database. The first goal is that you build your database to 200, 250 people as soon as possible. And I could show you a system on how to do that. Okay. Number 1. Number 2 is that you contact them on a quarterly basis by a phone call. And if they do not pick up, then you send them a text. Now there's 2 contacts, and you could send them the text. Hello, I'm going to use Ricardo. Hello, Ricardo. This is Joel. I was just calling you to say hello. Needless to say, I left you a voice message. And you could record a voice message if you want. Just give them a greeting. Hey, how you doing, Ricardo? How's school? Did you watch the Heat game? Did you watch the Heat get beat last night? And, you know, and how are things doing? Okay. Now use this. This is a system, another tool and another system. Okay. Now, the last one that I'm going to speak about is the lead generating model. And this is one that I use for my, which is to help the agents to get to 100% commission, which is everything that every agent wants to do. It's called the commission, 100% commission pathway. Now, there's a couple things here that may need to be edited, okay? But here's a 12-week plan, and what I mean a 12-week plan, it's a quarterly plan to get to 100%. Here, you have different things that for agents to do. The first thing that you see here, oops. All right. The first thing that you see here is, am I sharing this? Hold on, give me a second. I'm not. Give me a second here. Thought I had that document up. Sure I did. I don't see it. Show all windows. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay, so here's a plan, a 12-week plan. If you want to be aggressive, this one I recommended is for agents who have been in the business. They're seasoned agents, I would say, that they got their systems in place. They have a database in place, because now all they have to do is implement some of these strategies. Okay, so build your database up to 200 as soon as possible with gold or solid gold info. Contact everyone in it using the DT-D2 strategy. Send an item of value to everyone once a month. Make 200 contacts a week. Okay. Visit every FSBO and expired in person in your geographic area. Run one ad. Here command is the equivalent of Artec when I was in the other company. Hold and host 2 open houses a week. Script and role play every day, 5 times a week. From mindset, read 1 book a month for leadership or personal growth. Commit and show up to coaching accountability session with a 411, a GPS, and the tracking numbers. Implement a daily social media. Again, a system, 5x5x5 strategy, which is 5 likes, 5 comments, 5 instant messages, and activate an 8x8 smart plan with every person you meet. So if you're contacting 200 people a week, chances are a good percentage of them, they are new people that you met. Now, if you have a system in place, you have a schedule in place, then those new contacts, they're going to find themselves into your CRM, and in your CRM, you're going to have an 8x8 of what you need to do over the next 8 weeks, which is contact them once over the next 8 weeks, once a week, over the next 8 weeks, either by phone, text, email, or in the mailbox. That's a system. That's a 12-week plan. The 6-month plan for 100% commission, now it gets cut in half. 100 contacts a week, build your database again, send an item of value, activate no neighborhood watch for everyone in your database on a bi-monthly basis, either monthly or bi-monthly, hold 2 open houses a week, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, to become 100% commission within 1 year, 1 transaction a month, this is your game plan. What you need to do on a weekly basis, on a consistent basis, with habits, with accountability, with coaching, the accountability coaching, and with your systems. And there you have a game plan that you could roll out, build your business, and be successful in this business. Now, the only thing I cannot do as your coach is help you with your skills. I could give you the tools, I could share with you systems, but I cannot help you acquire the skills to convert your leads. That one, you need to figure it out. I could help you a little bit because depending on the interactions that you have, now, coach, I had this lead. This happened, so and so. Okay, this is what you need to do. Or I could go out, as I have been doing with the small team that I'm looking to build with Ricardo, Vanessa, and Jency, to go out and prospect. I'm showing you how to have conversations. I'm showing you how to break the ice. As we're talking, and as you come out of an office, as you have an interaction, I'm telling you about look at the body language, look at the facial expression. Okay, but those are things that you need to learn. Okay, so with that said, I want to hear the ahas from each and every one of you as to what are you walking away with from this training and this presentation on systems. So I'm going to start with you, Jose, being that you're on Zoom, and I want to start off with you.
Yeah, so I agree with, obviously I agree because it's what you're supposed to do, but every point of contact that I make, I always hand out a card. I was at a networking event on Wednesday. Everybody that came in, I gave my card. When I first walked in, I went to the wrong group of people in the networking event. They were from Northrop Grumman. And I was like, hey, I'm looking for such and such. Oh, this is the wrong group. Oh, okay, well, listen, I'm a real estate agent. Boom, and I dropped off a bunch of cards on top of their table. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also planning on door knocking. I also bought a sign that I'm going to share with the team later that you put in front of your house, and it has a little plastic receptacle that houses your cards, and it says your neighborhood real estate agent.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. That's a system. You see? And there's many things for you to build your system on. You dressing with a branded shirt, that's a system. You having your badge, that's a system. So there's many things, and you don't have to break the bank. Thank you for sharing. All right, I'm gonna go with Rosa. I don't know how much she has gathered from what I've shared, but Rosa, algo que escuchaste, algo que te llamó la atención de lo que compartió sobre sistemas, de los agentes que necesitamos tener sistemas. ¿Con qué vas a salir de esta reunión hoy sobre este tema de sistemas?
La verdad es que me cuesta bastante trabajo por el inglés. Lo que entendí es que, en términos generales, lo que puedo entender es que todo eso que explicaste, renglón a renglón a renglón, son como metas que hay que cumplir en el proceso de ese estudio. Que una a una, para yo poder entender una a una, tendría que ponerle el traductor y ir mirando qué es lo que me quiere decir cada una. Algunas más o menos. Pero de verdad, me cuesta trabajo.
Ok, pues nada, o sea, estamos aquí, vamos a trabajar con un equipo, y una de las cosas que vamos a hacer es o sea, usted y Lilia conmigo, vamos a trabajar, vamos a buscarte una persona en el equipo, aquí en la oficina de Miami Lakes, que pueda trabajar con ustedes y que los ayude a ustedes con la parte de la parte de inglés, y van a trabajar con un equipo. Lo único malo es que van a tener que compartir las comisiones, pero bueno, es mejor compartir una comisión a 50-50 que no obtener ningún ingreso. Así que nada.
Sí, porque por lo menos eso es, o sea, eso paso a paso es como cuando uno va a hacer una renta, que dice, bueno, hay que hacer esto, esto y esto. Puede que las primeras 2 rentas, la primera, la segunda, y ya después ya se graba uno en inglés, eso paso a paso.
Por supuesto.
No hace toda la vida, pero sí en principio. Porque así me ha pasado a mí con la renta, con las ventas, cualquier transacción que uno haga, que casi siempre ninguna es igual a la otra. hay siempre cosas que se presentan eventualmente, por lo menos en mi caso de venta, de la primera venta que yo hice, me recordó mucho con ella, porque al final tuve también un bloqueo, porque los techos sí estaban malos. Y a mí me tocó rebajar un porcentaje de mi comisión para que el comprador accediera, o sea, me comprara la casa. Gracias a Dios que esa casa tenía un buen equity y esas cosas, y pudimos llegar a cerrar la transacción. Pero mira, 2 días antes ya había firmado el cierre, lo mismo que tú y todo. Y al final, el comprador dijo, no, yo necesito que me rebajes $10,000, $10,000 en la oferta.
Así es.
Y gracias a Dios que estaba bien ofertada, porque entre otras cosas estaba ofertó bien. Y al final yo le digo, bueno, vamos a negociar, si quieres vamos a partir diferencia, 5 y 5. Y el tipo, no, nada, no, porque mire que esto, que lo otro, me sacó todos los renglones. Yo soy ingeniera civil y yo entiendo de techo. Por eso cuando hablaste de los techos, yo dije, entre 25 y 30 años, un techo normalmente ya comienza a pedir dinero.
Así es.
¿Sí me
Está
entiendes?
bien.
Y al final me tocó, bueno, ahí peleando con él, si quiere le tumbé $2,000.
Ok. Vamos a seguir. Melody, un Vega, algo que te vas a llevar de esta reunión.
Bueno, creo que sí, necesito darle un poco más de seguimiento a las llamadas. Me he quedado muy corta con esto, por eso es lo
Un poquito más alto, Melody, para que las
Me
personas te escuchen,
Sí.
porque se va a grabar esto.
Me gustó mucho el documento que compartiste con respecto a las llamadas y las letras A, C. Voy a llamar, por ejemplo, esta semana voy a llamar a todos mis contactos de la A a la M. Entonces, creo que es una estrategia muy buena para seguir con respecto a darle seguimiento a los contactos, porque sí me he quedado muy, muy corta con respecto al seguimiento. Y como decía Vanessa, es cuestión de tiempo. Siento que no estoy teniendo el tiempo y no estoy saliendo con eso. Tal vez ya organizándome con la estructura, ¿verdad? Sí, pueda sacar
Así
aunque
es,
sea
sí
un
se
poco
puede.
de tiempo,
Es-
2 horas al día,
eso,
para llegar a la meta.
eso es porque no te has sentado con el coach y no has seguido el programa del coach. Se sentó la primera vez, pero después voló, fue de vacaciones, después vendió un trailer, la bebé y todo el mundo, pero no se ha sentado con el coach otra vez.
Sí,
Ok,
sí.
pero ya se introdució, ya está enfocada. Perfecto. Vanessa, tell me a big aha. Anything that.
I think for me, it's just, different ways, like Jose was saying, like with the sign and everything, there's different ways to brand yourself. And the more ways you find to brand yourself, the more chances you have of obtaining leads. And I think that was my biggest.
Awesome. Jency, go ahead, because you're a little bit far from the microphone.
My big aha was how organized all those charts and everything was to be able to keep everything that you're doing organized in the business. So I like my 5 daily 5 to strive. I made copies and I used that one. I want to implement the rest of them as well. Very organized. So try to be very organized, because if not, my brain just kind of goes everywhere.
Well, and you can appreciate systems. You come from the restaurant and everything there is
All systems in play.
that's the
Perfect
only way-
circle. If not, it's broken. It doesn't work. Thank you.
regarding.
Yeah, I like the example you gave at the beginning about McDonald's, because it's a perfect example of a system. Anywhere in the world, it has to be, it's pretty much the same. And it's interesting in real estate, that I find that a system, it could be like a business plan that you implement when you, especially you're somebody that's starting, or even somebody that's experienced, because you gotta have a plan to succeed. Because any business that doesn't have a plan, it's gonna fail.
And yes,
So again, systems. Systems is the name of the game. And the more I think about it, if you really give it thought, a hard thought as to the difference between a top producing agent and an average agent, I know that I always say mindset is number one and self-will, but systems could be that either that second or that third foundation, because when you have a system, it doesn't matter where the lead comes from. you're able to manage and juggle multiple leads. If you have system, if you don't have systems, one lead is going to overwhelm you. One transaction is going to overwhelm you. And I could share with you other systems. There's a transaction coordinator that you could have a transaction coordinator that could help you with your transactions. You could have a VA, a virtual assistant, in which I introduced Jose. Hopefully, I don't know if he's going to hire a virtual assistant. Marlene and I, we have a virtual assistant. Those are systems, okay? This class, everything that I'm sharing with you, if I did not have a system and if I did not have a virtual assistant, I would not be able to sit here and do what I've done today. Today, and Ricardo and Jency were here. I got on the phone, multiple phone calls, followed up. They heard me in the conversations. We went out, we prospected. I went out, picked up a prescription for my wife. I came back home. I came here to the office. My computer didn't start, but I know I have a system. I lean on my WhatsApp. Here I am in the presentation. And now I have my calendar, which will dictate the rest of my day. Now I have multiple appointments with agents. I have an appointment with Ricardo. There's another agent sitting to my right that we're going to meet. It's all systems. So the key is, if you want to be a top producing agent, then you need to follow the system. And the system is one of the systems that you better said. If you want to be a top producing agent, one of the systems that I recommend and suggest for you to follow is a productivity coaching system that will help you get you to the next level in your business. Okay. Now, with that, I'm going to end that starting next week. I'm going to encourage each and every one of you to acquire the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, the MREA, what is known in the industry as the Real Estate Bible. There, we're going to get into the systems. There, I'm going to be sharing, I don't know how many weeks on out we're going to go, but every Friday, the mastermind is going to be based on that book, and I'm going to be sharing nuggets and the most important topics that I obtained from one of the authors from that book that he passed away. I met him in person, and he shared with me on an email the main topics of that book of the MREA. So the first thing that you need to do is go on Amazon and order your copy of the MREA book, or you could go to Barnes and Nobles or wherever and just acquire a copy. So until next time, next meeting, yours truly, Coach. Have a great weekend and a great day.